Master these 3 weaknesses in women and take control of stoicism. Hey Isaac, did you know that there is a hidden side for women? It is a psychological trigger that, when fully understood, you can easily shift the power dynamic to your own favor. These secrets exist, and maybe you know them, but not to the extent. And why is it that things happen the way they happen, or they seem to be communicated differently? We say, oh, she's this beautiful. That is why Isaac chose Hannah. Yes, on the bare minimum, on the physical world, that is how it seems, and maybe that is how everyone will explain that scenario to you. But it's more than that. It's more of, how does she understand it in the psychological world? You know, Isaac, we give out information that makes sense on the surface level. We just want to say, as long as I am physically attractive, I have an ass, the tits are popping out, I am influencing you think that this is the reason why you should get a woman like this. Like, it's about you, so I have to look this for you. It's not about you, it's about me. That is what we are consistently living out, and these are the weaknesses for all of us women. Let's dive deeper. Stick with me, because today, gentlemen, I promise you this is on another level. Point 1, the need for validation. No. It's not the validation on the outward. No. It's not how you say it, that maybe if she is validated, now she has more confidence. That is merely what we think it is, and maybe it's just part of it. You see, when it comes to women, we want to feel more connected. And nowadays, our physical appearance, our attractiveness, how a guy, he might not even be my type, but when I am using a highway, I just want him to compliment me, to validate me. Why? I want to feel like I am connected. I want to feel like I am worth. You know, nowadays, women are equating the external beauty with the internal value. And validation, it's like an emotional currency. So women are consistently surviving on that, thriving off of that. For example, you meet with me, I have put on a dress, and then somehow you are different. You compliment me about the dress. It's not me, it's about, maybe you tell me something about that dress that just makes it different. You are a personal. I feel more connected to your compliment, and I will pay attention to you. But you have fulfilled my perception of connecting, my perception of my worth. It is just an emotional currency that you need not to just give out to any lady and assume that it's your work to compliment women. Every time you compliment her consistently, you become the human being who can exist to boost her ego, to boost that connection, not that she really wants to have a relationship, but to give her that sense, that feeling of I am worthy, that sense of I am of this value. And it's not my internal state of being. Women nowadays are programmed to equate the external validation with the internal value. Unless another guy tells me that I am beautiful, or unless another guy validates me, I feel like my qualities as a lady, what I do, who I am internally, I am not good enough. I feel like I can't connect, nor I can't fit in. It is an emotional currency to women's existence. Once you know this, you won't just let out your validations. I like her ass. Bullshit, Isaac. She acts the same way you do. In fact, she has more weaknesses. When Isaac, you are the guy who freely gives out your validation to this lady, then that validation, it's less valuable. I'm sorry to tell you this, man, but you have to encourage her passively to earn for that validation. You will be the guy who will stand out. You've been with this lady for a while, maybe she is your friend, maybe she is your co-worker, and then one day she puts efforts in her dressing, right? You can see that she really tried hard to look good. Imagine if you have been consistently complimenting this lady. What will you say? The other guy who wasn't paying attention to her, he will notice and maybe he will compliment her. Do you know what? This is the guy who will have the upper hand over this lady. Because this lady earned Johnny's validation. But Isaac, who has been complimenting her every time, even when she doesn't try hard, she will be triggered. Now she will be paying attention to Johnny. She will be noticing Johnny more. Because Johnny can only notice her when she has put in more efforts, right? So Johnny is unique. Johnny is standing out. Johnny is different. But to you now, Isaac, who has been consistently giving out the validations, yet I'm telling you this is the weakness of women, she won't bother even when you compliment her. You know, this is just normal. This is the guy who consistently compliments me, even when I don't look good, even when I am just there. So I don't need to earn for it. I want someone that I need to try hard to please. I will just find myself feeling attracted to Johnny. But this guy just noticed her when she put in the effort. Those are the men we notice. Those are the men we identify. That is the weakness. It depends on how she will handle it. Even when she will try to brush it off, to act as if it's normal, or maybe she will ignore you, or maybe she will smile or laugh, depending in which state she is in. The second thing is the emotional reaction trap. Women are the masters of emotions. When I have a conversation with you, Isaac, maybe we have been connecting and maybe we have been having a relationship, we have been vibing and laughing, then abruptly I disengage. This isn't a random thing. It isn't a coincidence. It's a calculated, subtle way to test your emotional stability. And this is the weakness in women, because sometimes she will vibe with you, she will give you the positive energy so that you can feel connected and you are planning on something. But are you really invested in me emotionally? And when she will provoke you, most men, they will overreact. They will try to be on the defensive side. Most of you don't actually come to a realization that when a woman is testing you, it is her weakness. It is her weakness to feel like she is still in control of you, because it gives her a perception of security. On the long run, she will just feel some type of a way, since you will give her a sense in her perception that she leads. And now it's not a relationship. We have a relationship because you are feeding me an illusion of control. It's so addictive. And I am surviving on that. The moment I am not in power, I am not in control, I lose it. I disengage until I trigger you so that I can come again back for the power. It's just a weakness. It's an illusion in the existence of women. I test you sometimes subconsciously because I have a pattern of a specific reaction from you, and that reaction feeds me in a certain way. And when we are having a conversation, you might think, I did something wrong. Why does she act that way? I don't like you. I mean, can we just do this? You overreact and then you get frustrated and then you feel disappointed, and now she is in control of you. She is breaking your pace. I mean, we try to start chaos and drama sometimes unknowingly to gauge you and analyze your emotional stability and how I can swing in your emotions and decide which channel I can choose to watch. It gives me a feeling of finally I got someone that I can control. Finally I got him. Finally I got him. Now what? Now that she got you. The fear of losing control. Now here's the thing, Isaac. You have been in a conflict with this lady. You have been in a disagreement with this lady, and she seems like she is prolonging the arguments, right? She's prolonging the disagreements, right? And because you fear conflict, you don't want to prolong that shit. It says you want to please her, you just let go. So you are giving out the control, letting go. I'm not saying you have to be in a consistent argument so that you can win, but hear me first. You let go. So you are giving out the power and control. This will lead to resentments on your side. Why are you frustrated? Why will you resent her? You are giving out your power to someone who has to control you. You will feel some type of a way about her. And when you let loose, finally, she senses and then she feels. She is testing to how far can she go. I know, or I have a feeling, or I have a sense that I am in control. That I need to always be in control. But to what extent? Then I realize, he will just... Sorry about that. And then I realize, he will just give me the power, right? He will feel frustrated. He will just be emotionally affected. I know I have him. There is reaffirming your value, communicating what you need and what you want in a relationship when you are not emotionally affected. And then there is you letting go because you want to please her. You don't want conflict. Do you know how she understands it? It doesn't matter if you are an avoidant. She tells herself, I am in control. And every time, she will be triggering you to act in a more negative way to give her a perception of I am in control. You are influencing that character, that behavior. But that is another weakness in women. Women will always explore to what limits. I know I can influence you, but to what extent? To what limits? Either way, she influences you. It doesn't matter. Either in a positive way or in a negative way, but she wants to know to what limits. It will always be on a negative way, so that when you feel emotional, she can feel like she is in control, she is in charge. And this is a confirmation that you have lost it. You will date for a while, it's not going to last. Later on, she will disregard you, or you will disregard her. Women, by instinct, Isaac, they are drawn to men who have their own goals, but they don't define their identity with a relationship. Like your identity isn't defined by the existence of a relationship. So when she walks away, your identity will still remain. When she walks away, you will still be who you are. Even when it will affect you emotionally, it won't break you and totally change you to a different person. You will still be who you are. So that is the identity that exists in you. That is how they make decisions. And that is how women feel attracted to men. This is a weakness in women, actually. When I have a feeling that your identity only exists because a relationship exists, then this is a confirmation that you don't value yourself. The last one is the emotional detachment, whereby it's not about the unfeeling or being cold, right? Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't have feelings and you should be cold when around maybe women. I'm trying to communicate that let not her need of help influence you to help because you feel for her. Only help because you can, and not because it's how she feels. She feels bad. She feels disappointed. So she can only come to you when she has problems and you can solve them for her. It means you are not emotionally detached. When you are emotionally detached, it doesn't matter how she feels. What matters is, are you flexible enough to help?